Hi all, presenting my script for the final project. So this is the whole script for the final project. Now let's break down the entire script. The first three lines presents the import OS, import shuttle, and from datetime, import datetime. The OS is a way of interacting with the operating system, like working with file paths and directories. In the case of shuttle, it offers a high-level interface for file operations, like as copying files. Now, in the case of datetime, it enables working with date and time. Now, let's move to the function. The first function is backup. This function performs a backup operation. It checks if the source directory exists, and if not, it prints an error message and returns. Now, moving to the next part, it creates a backup directory within the destination directory if the directory is if the directory is not exist it is not existed. Now moving to the next part, like this, the last version and the current version. It retrieves the last backup version and increments the version number for the current backup. Like it creates a backup version using this command, and it increments using this. Now moving to the next part, it gets a timestamp in the format year, month, like you can see year, month, day, hour, minute, second for the current backup. Now to the next step, it creates a subdirectory for the current backup version using the version number and timestamp. If the version directory doesn't exist, it creates one using this command. Now moving to the next part, with the help of the os.work, it recursively walks through the source directory. Then it copies each file to the current backup version directory. Then it prints a warning if a source file is not found, like this. After completion of this file, it prints a success message with the current version number. This is a success message, and here it will also provide the version number. Now we can move to the next function, that is get last version. In simple words, this function is used to get the list of versions. Firstly, let's look at all the folders in the destination directory that starts with the word version. Here you can see version. Now in the next part, if there are no versions found, then it will return a -1. If in the other case, if there are versions, it figure out the highest version number, for example, like version 2, 3, etc. Now moving to the next function, that is the list versions. Uh, it it checks the destination directory. It makes sure the destination directory exists or not. In the next part of the same function, uh, it's look for it then the script look for all the versions of a specified file in the destination directory and its subdirectories. And for each version found, it will print its version number and its timestamp too. Now moving to the next function, that is the restore version. This is the function. In this part, it checks if the specified version is existing or not. If the version is existing, it copy the specified file from the version to its original location. That's all to be done. That's all to done with the restore function. After the restore function, here comes the retain version function. It's look at all the versions in the destination directory to get all versions. Then it sort these versions based on their timestamps. Here you can see that yeah, this is how it's the versions are sorted out by using the timestamp. Now it keep only the specified number of most recent version by retaining the recent versions. After retaining, it deletes all the older versions. Like this in this part, we can see that it deleting the versions that are not in the list of retained versions. Now we can move to the main loop of the or the main body of my script. This is the main loop. Starts from the 114 line to 138. Here, the for the user, um, the script will ask the user to choose an action like either backup or list versions, else restore a version or written version, or just exit. If the user chooses backup, if the user chooses backup, it will ask for the source and destination directories, and it performs a backup. If else, if the user chooses list, the script will ask only for destination directory and the file name. Then the list available, then it will shows the available versions. If the user chooses the restore, it will ask for the destination directory and the file name and the version to restore. Then it will restore it. If the user choose retain, it will ask for the destination directory and number of versions to retain. Then it will retain. And if the user chooses for the exit, it will exit out of the entire loop. And after, if the user enters something not recognized, if the source directory or the destination directory is not if the directory is wrong, then it will print a message like an error message that it is not found, the source directory is not found. If the user types a wrong source directory or destination directory. Now let's check how the program is gonna work. So let's run this program. Okay, so first of all I need to show my source files. So this is the source directory, this is a destination. We can delete this so as to run the script. Okay, now the source directory is empty. It, here you can see this is the source file and this is the destination. Yeah, now the destination directory is empty. Now we can execute the files, execute the script. So running the script in the terminal, yeah, it's asking for the action. So we are typing backup. Now it's asking for the source directory. So now it's asking for the destination directory. Okay, we have given destination directory too. Yeah, we can see the backup completed successfully. So we can check the destination folder now whether it worked or not. So now we can see destination folder. Yep, there is a backup created now. Let's open that backup. We can see a new version. By opening, you can see that the whole files from the source is copy to the backup. So this is the first step. Now for the second step for the project, I need to modify the source. So I'm gonna create a new file like file 5. Okay, file 5. Now here you can see that in the source a new file 5 is added. Now let's run the code once again. Okay. Now the backup is completed. Now we can check in the destination. Yeah, here is the destination file. We can see a new version is added in the destination file. Let's check. Here you can see a new file 5 is added. So the second question is also working. Now let's go for the list function. So type list. Now it's asking for the destination directory. So the source for the path for the destination directory is given. Then it's asking for the file name. So we will give file 5. So new version is found for file 5. We'll check with some other file. Okay, file 3 dot text. Yeah, here you can see that version 0 and version 1 are showing with the timestamp. Now we can now move to the next step, that is retain. Now it's asking for the destination directory. Yeah, now it's asking for the number of version to retain. We will give the version number 1. As we have only version 1, I think so. Wait, in the destination we have only version 1, so it cannot be retained. If there are more version, it can be retained. Okay, now let's check whether when we give a wrong destination or source directory, whether it works or not. Let's write backup. Now we are giving a wrong source directory and destination directory. So here you can see that the error message source directory does not exist. So the whole code is working perfectly. So this is the breakdown and walkthrough code of my project script. Thank you for the patience. Thank you all and have a nice day.